Hello, everybody. Welcome. Today, I just wanted to spend a little bit of time going over this course, Drone 10. This is the remote pilot examination preparation. So we don't actually give the exam in the course, but do everything I can to prepare you for what that exam is going to look like. My name is Jeffrey Miller. You know me already if you're in my 12th course, which is the basic drone piloting. And for anybody that is not enrolled in that, I hope that you consider and take the time to go ahead and enroll yourself in that class. There's still a few more days, and even I could push it a few more weeks if we wanted to. But it's a great class. Every Friday, we meet up every Friday morning on campus, and we fly drones around for at least an hour, about an hour and a half, give or take. But it's all supplied by the school, and I oversee everybody, and it's a great time to get together and fly. And I'm also flexible on your attendance if you have to miss, a few days here and there. Really, it's just about an open line of communication for what what you can pull off in this semester. But this class is all online. Okay, so online. We don't have to meet anywhere to talk about this. We will also do, this class is also delivered in what's called asynchronous. So asynchronous, in other words, there's no Zoom meetings. There's no actual live online class per se. It's presented to you in its form, and you go through and you take it really at your timeline, at your pace. There is a schedule of events and deadlines and assignments. So it's not 100% it's not completely self-paced, but it is, it's not a course that you have to be on the web, on the Zoom at any particular time or day. You log in, you do your assignments, and you're done for that week, let's call it. So in this class, what I pulled up here is Canvas. You guys should all have pretty good familiarity with this by now. And if you don't quite know what to do with Canvas or how to get there, just send me a message and I'll be happy to respond. But this is our hub. This is our website. This is where our class lives. It exists right here on Canvas. Okay. So what I do is I organize my course into modules, and I just keep things very simple. Really to the point where you scroll through the modules and you've got what you need. Okay. So I like to start every course with an information module, and really you're probably going to look at this a couple times here this first few weeks, and if you need to go back and look at the policy or something, you'll come back to this, but that's about it. I put the syllabus out here for you guys. So let's take a little bit of time and review what is involved here. You can also download it, any of these files, by clicking the little .pdf here. And any moment now, I know my internet is not slow. Let's see if I can do this faster, just to show you guys what we're working with. Okay, so here we are, Drone 10 Remote Pilot Certification Preparation. This is a non-credit course, so that means that it's a pass-fail situation. And we also don't provide any quote-unquote credits. This course is not worth units. There are hours reported that are kind of equivalent to that, but it's not for credits that you could transfer to, say, a different college or something else. Either way, you can get in touch with me through my email. This is the most direct way to contact me. Okay, lospadanos.edu. J.E. Miller, make sure you use J.E. at the beginning. This is a short, a half semester course. Okay, so it's about an 8-week time frame. Like I said, online asynchronous. And we started on the 29th, and our last day of class, okay, when the website, I don't know, it doesn't really go down, but in terms of the record of when the class is occurring, the 21st of October is the end. So that's it. It's very fast, actually. You'll be surprised at how quickly 2 months goes by. Give or take, that's about how long this is. But yeah, I'm gonna try to hold my office hours on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. So you could just use this little link here, and I also have another place. I'll show you where that's at. If you have questions about the course and the P107 exam, and maybe you're stuck on a couple questions after you've taken some of the sample material, log in here, and unless otherwise noted, I will be available to you guys. And if nobody comes, then I won't really stay, but in theory, I'm there from 2 to about 2:30, maybe 3 o'clock if need be. Okay. But this is the best place to get a hold of me to talk on Zoom. You can also talk to me if you're in the 12 class and we're in person. If we need to talk on the side, that's fine as well. You should get this textbook. It is, I don't teach, so I didn't design my material necessarily around this book. But I have heard numerous feedback from students that use this book as a supplement to have additional, knowledge before they go out and take their exam. I think my course is very good. I think my content should prepare you. I've got a very high pass rate. And when I say pass, I'm talking about the actual FAA exam itself. Several students have taken the exam and passed it right after taking this course. So I have full confidence that not only what I teach you guys, but also what's in this material here, what's in this book, is also very valuable to help you guys go out and pass your exam and get your license. That's all it takes. Once you pass your exam, you become a what's called a certified remote pilot. Okay. And there'll be plenty of digital resources and text that I'm going to share with you guys. So, I'm not going to go over all of these boilerplate things. It comes off of the course catalog. Some of the stuff is not necessarily what we're going to, well, I shouldn't say that, but let's be clear. This course is meant for preparing you for your exam. So my job is going to be to give you guys as much sample material as well as theory behind it. So I have some slides and some lecture videos that I've put together to try and explain, here's why they answered the questions these ways, et cetera, et cetera. And that's really it. There's no other like photography or other things built into this class. The photography stuff is in the 12 class where we get the actual practical hands-on experience. So yeah, being an asynchronous class, there's no online attendance per se. I mean, really, I consider you being attending the class by your participation, your doing of assignments, right? If it's been 3 or 4 weeks and you haven't done any assignments, then I'm gonna kind of assume that you've dropped off. But I don't drop students, so it's really up to you. It's a pass-no class. It's a pass-fail class. You can always go back and take it again if you need to. So I'll explain the lectures and the other resources and the procedure stuff to you guys here when we get into Canvas, and then also your exam, your final exam. I'll get into that too. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this out. And yeah, there must be a glitch. I don't know why that's still loading, but I'll go back to the home tab here. And you could go through this several different ways, right? It's kind of your comfort level. I'm a student myself, and so I take online classes through my graduate program, and I kind of just click through. I realized I just kind of click through things that I want to see, and some stuff I don't really even look at. But it's up to you. I don't. The only thing I'm requiring you to do is at least look at these things. So like I said, here's what the textbook looks like. I also often have a lot of students ask me that. And so, you could get the 20, I'm sure you can if you can't find the 2022, the 2021 is also good. They've made some rules, updates and revisions to the rules at the beginning of 2021. And I'm not 100% sure that it's in the 2021 book, but they should definitely be in the 22 book. And they will have those questions in the exam. I've heard feedback that they're updating the exam as necessary. Let's see, I shouldn't skip this. Your drone, LMC drone piloting program certificate eligibility. Yeah, so if you take, these are obviously moot here, but if you take 10 and 12, you are qualified to earn the a nice little drone certificate of achievement through Los Venados. So that's a nice thing to have. Something else to put on your resume to say, hey, you know, I actually had some formal training and education when it comes to this subject matter when you go out to find a job. Here's my office hour. You can come click on this to find me on Tuesdays at 2 o'clock. And yeah, so let's go through. I'm going to collapse all these and then put this as a student and show y'all what this looks like. Okay, so when you first come in here, notice that the first tab up here, course information, this is all bolded, but some of these are grayed out. So take a look at what's going on. For this week, okay, every time you see a headline, I try to put the Monday as like the start of the week. So Monday the 29th, Monday the 5th, et cetera, right? Our final week, all things considered, is October 17th with the final exam due on the 21st. But these are grayed out for one of two reasons. Either A, you have to look at this prerequisite thing, which means that you have to visit all of these items first. Like, for example, it says prerequisite course information. So before I can access this module with all of the content for this week, I need to go in and I need to click through and at least acknowledge that I've seen these pages. There it goes right away. So I could click next and kind of next through all of these things. And that's a YouTube video. Next here. Next here. I know this is pretty self-explanatory. I just want to get there. Okay, so once you go through all of that, it'll take you automatically to the next module. Well, it's for all intents and purposes, the next page in the kind of series of series of the course. But let me just show you something real quick. If I go back to home, now notice that my 829, week of 829 module, the UAS, and UAS stands for Unmanned Aerial Systems, by the way. So UAS history, uses and equipment. This is all unlocked. Now, the next week, the 5th of September, is locked still. And the reason being, there's no prerequisite here, but the reason being is that, well, I kind of want to keep this at a steady pace. So I've put a date to unlock this for you guys. And, well, lo and behold, it will unlock on September 5th at midnight. So you can't skip ahead and just do it all in a couple of days or whatever. But what you can do is on the day that I have, the Monday that I have listed here, you can log in right away and do all the work. Let's quickly go through a module so that you know how to do this. I have some students that never take an online course, so it's kind of like, what do you do, right? It's not that difficult, I don't think. I say that with a bias, but really I tried to make this very simple in the way that I set this up. I'll start from the very beginning here, Module 1, Lesson and Objectives. And what I try to do is outline just quickly what this module is going to be about. Sounds self-explanatory, but I feel it's kind of an intro page. So yeah, welcome to the first module, the history, hardware of drones. If you have the Kennedy book from Drone 12, this is going to look very familiar. It's it's technically the same exact module. Outside of that, then things split. So yeah, so there's our first little like intro page, and then what's next? So I put together a PowerPoint for you guys. Okay, great. So you can go through and look through this, and it talks about different drone usage, different types of drones, et cetera, right? So there'll always be a PowerPoint. And then I think these are valuable. I would advise you to click on these videos and watch them. If you click on the button, it'll take you to one of my lectures. I know that an hour and 4 minutes is kind of long, but what you can do is you can speed through these. I mean, obviously, you can click through it at your own pace, but you can also say like, oh, playback speed, let's do 2 times or whatever. If I talk too slow, it's up to you. Anyways, so that's available to you guys. And then let's click next. I did scan this. I'm not really supposed to do that, but I put that out there for you guys. I know that this book is not part of this class, but like I said, it's kind of included in the module with the other class. So I just threw it in here for you guys from this example. Next again. And so this is your assignment for this first module, this discussion page. So in the discussion, I'm really looking for just some thoughtful insights about what I just taught you guys, right? Like, it's going to be pretty obvious if you just go in and make stuff up. So have some feedback related to what how the content was what content was presented to you, and write it up here. And this is a way for you guys to start communicating with each other and with me. And you know, we're in an online environment, so it's actually very difficult to engage with one another. This at least gives us some type of forum to, you know, write out our thoughts. Okay. And it's fun after you've done it 2 or 3 weeks. You get to kind of see and know your fellow students a little bit better. You'll have one of these due every week on a Sunday. So assignments are always due on Sundays. Okay. Now, in addition to, let me back up for a second and go back to home. In addition to the discussion pages, once you get down to module 2, okay, it'll be more or less the same type of routine. But in this case, now we start going over FAA rules and regulations. In this instance, not only will you have a discussion, you'll also have a quiz. Okay, so from this point forward, there will be some type of quiz built into every single week. See quiz 1, quiz 2, quiz 3. And notice that they are always a week after when the module starts. So this one started on Monday the 5th, and the quiz is due by the 11th. Doesn't mean you have to do it on the 11th. It just means it's due by that time frame. You could do it on the 5th and be done with the week, whatever suits your schedule. So that's how it works. You go through and you do these week by week. All of them are 1 week. Actually, no, I take that back. The first 3 modules, 1, 2, 3, are 1 week in length. And then the airspace and the section charts, these are by far the most challenging parts of the exam. So I've given you guys 2 weeks on airspace and 2 weeks on charts. And you will have questions about this stuff. These areas you will need to, you know, you will definitely need to review my material to know what to do here. So trying to load this information as much as possible for you guys, because I promise you, especially if you don't have an aviation background, this is going to be the hardest stuff that you have to, you know, prepare yourself for. And then the final exam will be available to you on the 17th of October. That's when it'll open. That's a Monday. The only caveat with that is that the final closes on Friday, the 21st, and that's because that's the last day of school, or the last day of this class. So I couldn't push it to the 23rd because of that. So just be mindful of that. Another way you can kind of stay on top of things is to go to your calendar like this and check it out. See, here's all the assignments. Boom, boom, boom. They always land on Sundays. Okay, boom, 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 except for that one. Final P107 exam for you guys. All right. So that's about it. Like I said, the course is pretty straightforward. Just make sure you stay on top of things week by week. Don't wait till the very last week and try to cram it all in at once. For one thing, if you miss the due dates, they don't just come back. And you need to, if you miss one of the quizzes, you can check in with me, and I'm pretty lenient, so I'll probably open it back up for you, but just don't come at me and miss 3 to 4 at the very end and say, hey, can I redo the whole course with 1 week to go? That'll be kind of tough. Anyways, I hope this was helpful for you to understand what to look forward to in this class. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I am available, and good luck this semester, everybody. Thank you and take care. Bye for now.